What's up, my people? You already know what it is. It's your boy, and you've just landed in the best place on the internet for true die-hard Cowboys analysis. Now hold up, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. And if you're part of the real 1% of the CFO gang, you know what to do, stand up. Because today, we are diving into one of the most intriguing under-the-radar prospects I've come across in a while. This one's got all the ingredients for a potential Cinderella story. We're talking grit, polish, experience, and a whole lot of potential. His name? Josh Kelley out of Texas Tech. Now, I know that name might not be ringing bells just yet, but stick around because by the end of this video, you might be looking at this dude the same way I am as a guy who just might find his way onto this Cowboys roster. Now, let me break it down for you. Josh Kelley is not your typical fresh-faced rookie trying to make his name off raw speed or flash. He's 24 years old, a sixth-year senior, a guy who's been around the block. Started off at Fresno State, same spot where our guy Darren Bland came from, then made the move over to Washington State, where he was Cameron Ward's #1 target. Let me say that again, #1 target. And then, just last season, transferred to Texas Tech and led that team in receiving too. That kind of consistency across multiple systems and cubes. That speaks volumes. You're not just looking at a flash-in-the-pan receiver, you're looking at a technician who knows how to get open, move the chains, and make the quarterback's job easier. Now, let me say this early, just so nobody tries to twist my words or run wild on Twitter, Reddit, or wherever you'll be starting arguments. I'm not saying Josh Kelley is Luther Burton. I repeat, I am not saying Josh Kelley is Luther Burton. But if you've got your football beer goggles on, and fellas, we've all been there, there's a little something there. There are flashes, traits, nuance. And if we keep it a buck and just look at the numbers, Josh Kelley actually stacks up in some really interesting ways against Burton, who we all know is one of the hottest names in college football right now. Check this out. I'm not making this up. This isn't photoshopped. This is straight facts. Yards per target? Kelley edges him out. Success rate? Kelley again. Catch percentage? Okay, Burton gets that one. Yards per reception? Kelley. Air yards? Kelley. Explosive plays? Kelley again. Yards after catch? That's supposed to be Burton's thing, right? But guess what? Kelley's got him beat there too. Even separation metrics lean toward Kelley, 4.7 yards per target versus Burton's 4. And slightly better on catch separation too. And yeah, Kelley played more in the slot, had more free releases, but the numbers are the numbers. He's not just a guy who benefits from scheme, there's real skill behind those stats. So let's get into the film. Because when you watch this kid, you can tell he's not going to blow you away with straight-line speed. He ran a 4.7 at the combine. He's not running past dabs like Tyreek Hill. But man, does he know how to play the game? His feel for zone coverage is elite. He knows exactly where to sit, how to make himself available, and when to explode after the catch. And let me tell you, he's not a body catcher. He plucks the ball out of the air with his hands, catches it clean, and is immediately looking to turn and run. It's that catch and transition ability that stands out. A lot of receivers catch and then think Josh Kelley catches and goes. Now, I already broke down a guy like Tez Johnson out of Oregon. And while he's got some tools, if I had to bet right now, who has the better chance of making the 53-man roster for the Cowboys, I'm leaning Kelley. Why? Because he fits a role we actually don't have filled. Let's be real, our receiving room is stacked with big outside guys. You've got Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo, and Brooks, all of them strong, vertical X-receiver types. But who's that Brandon Cooks type inside? That quick, shifty slot guy who can find soft spots and keep the chains moving? That guy doesn't exist on this roster right now. Josh Kelley could be that guy. He wears #3, and yeah, I know this one clip is a trick play, but still he gets over the top, shows he can track the ball, and the route detail is there. That route nuance, man. That's what gets me excited. And look, I'm not here to hype him up into something he's not. He's not going to hit his head on the goalpost because of breakaway speed. That's not his game. But he can make a guy miss, he can read his blocks, and he can turn a 6-yard gain into a first down. That's value. He's got that Cole Beasley vibe to him. Not the same exact skill set, but the same utility tough, reliable, gets open, moves the sticks. Doc is going to love him. I can already tell. This guy is seasoned. He's played with top cubes. He's been the #1 target. He's not some 20-year-old kid trying to figure it out. He's mature, he knows his job, and he executes. And if there's one thing a veteran QB like Doc Prescott appreciates, it's a receiver who's where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. Let's go back to the film real quick. Watch this little corner route from the #2 spot. Clean footwork, gets separation, catches the ball with his hands, turns upfield, and keeps it moving. Then watch the next play, subtle details at the top of the stem. A little stutter. Boom creates just enough room to make the play. And again, everything's away from the body. He's not letting the ball get into his chest. He trusts his hands. That tells me everything I need to know about how he's coached and how he's wired. Most of his snaps were from the slot, so yeah, he's not dealing with a ton of press coverage. But guess what? That's exactly the kind of role he'd play here, too. A mismatch in the middle of the field. A safety blanket. A guy who can eat up underneath routes, while the big dogs do their thing outside. Is he going to be WR2? No. Don't come back here saying Jay said we don't need Luther Burton because we got Josh Kelly. Nah, stop it. What I am saying is that there's a real path for this kid to earn a special teams role, flash in camp, and eventually work his way into the rotation. And we haven't even talked about the screen game yet. This dude is a weapon there too. He's got vision. He reads his blocks like a running back. It's not just about catching and running, it's about being smart with it. Reading helmets, setting up his lane, and bursting through it. If this was Cavontai Turpin, sure, that play might go to the house. But Kelly still picks up solid yardage, and he does it the right way. Now, let's talk about toughness. He's 6'0", a $180-something, not the biggest guy, but he's fearless. He will catch the ball in traffic. He's not flinching. His red zone reps are money. Slot fade, slight push-off. Hey, welcome to the league, but it's about winning at the top, securing the catch, and finishing the play. He's not rattled. He's ready. And that's really the story of Josh Kelly. Not a burner. Not a high draft pick. Not a guy you see blowing up mock drafts or making headlines. But he's a football player. A route technician. A guy who's been through multiple systems, learned different offenses, and produced everywhere he's gone. He's played with legit cubes. He's handled the spotlight. He's delivered. And that's what makes him dangerous, because when you're that reliable, that smart, and that detailed, coaches notice. Quarterbacks notice. And if he gets a fair shake, don't be surprised when he starts making noise in Oxnard. So I'm going to end it like this. Don't be that dude in the comments saying, I said Josh Kelly is the next Luther Burton. That's not what this is. But I am telling you, if you love breaking down tape, if you love finding value where others don't look, then Josh Kelly is your guy. And if you're a Cowboys fan, looking for that next underdog to root for, keep your eyes on #3. We've got plenty more film breakdowns coming, including one of my absolute favorite undrafted prospects from Syracuse. I'm telling y'all, you don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and stay locked in. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and let's keep building this thing one real football conversation at a time. Peace.